are in Bulldog Stadium in Fresno, California for the 1987 California Bowl. Today, the Mid-American Conference champion Eastern Michigan Hurons meet the Pacific Coast Athletic Association champs, the San Jose State Spartans. Today's game is being brought to you by Michelob and by the Fresno Convention and Visitors Bureau and by Buick and your Buick dealer. The Great American Road belongs to Buick. And by Delta Airlines. Hello, everyone. I'm Greg Papa. Today's the day for football wives and girlfriends to run for cover. The college football bowl season begins, this being the first of 18 to come your way. But it is a bit unique. It is one of only two in the country that locks both schools in through conference affiliation, of course, the other being the Rose Bowl. Let me bring in my partner, Stan White, Ohio State linebacker, who unfortunately knows all about the Rose Bowl. Stan, this game, in more ways than just that, is similar to a Rose Bowl.
Well, sure it is. It's a contrast of styles. The Midwestern teams that like to run the football against the pass-happy California teams. And sadly to say, from my standpoint, the California teams have had their ways in both bowl games the past several years. You can see Eastern Michigan, 60% of their offense on the ground. San Jose State, nearly 3/4 of their yardage in the air.
Now, Eastern Michigan's numbers may even be more dramatic today, Stan. They feel they have to run the ball against that Spartan attacking 46 defense.
And they have the guys that can run the football. Ron Adams is able to run the option as well as the scramble from aborted pass attempts. And, of course, they have Gary Patton, who's gained 1,000 yards in both the last two seasons, all MAC, both years. He'll get the ball a lot today.
And the reason they want to run is to keep it away from the Spartan offense. Mike Perez, the Guy Liggins, a deadly duo.
Well, Mike Perez, second in total offense in the country this year. Guy Liggins, second in receptions. They can go long, they can go short. I'm sure we'll see that combination time and time again today.
All right, that's what Stan and I think. Now let's find out from two guys who really have an opinion, the two head coaches.
We have to play to the very top of our ability. San Jose is truly a top 20 football team, and I think Perez and Liggins and some of those kids even take them a notch up, and that's what we think in our conference that Ron Adams and Gary Patton do for us, is take us a little notch up. But we haven't proven to ourselves or anybody that we can play Pac-10 or Big Ten football teams, and so we have to play to that level. We'd like to believe we can, and so I think that's the key, is that we have to play to the very top of it and prove to ourselves and everybody else that we can play that caliber of football.
I know these guys are good. They're a good football team. They're real coached. They have more speed than, I think, the typical team back there, and they can do it well, both running and passing, and they play awfully good defense. So I think it's going to be a good matchup.
Well, it should be. AP has the Spartans 24th in the country, Eastern Michigan 27th. Kickoff is next, Eastern Michigan and San Jose State.
Well, you know the bad news.
Charlie Carlson is in the meeting of his life, and his shirt is perfectly dry. But that doesn't mean he smells good. Because Under Armour odor is invisible, he needs total protection. Sure Solid.
If everyone would take a look
Sure not only helps protect against wetness, it actually kills bacteria that cause odor. So, Charlie, why go to work with a dry shirt and a false sense of security? Use Sure Solid and be just as sure about odor as you are about wetness.
Just in time, American Express introduces Purchase Protection. It insures almost any retail item you buy with the card for a full 90 days in case it's accidentally damaged, stolen, or simply flies away. You don't buy this protection. It comes automatically only with the American Express card. Membership has its privileges.
ESPN and Thrifty Car Rental World Tour Sweepstakes want to take you to Hawaii in February. 10 lucky couples will go to Honolulu for an all-expense-paid week of sun and fun, including tickets to the NFL Pro Bowl. To enter, watch NFL Primetime Sunday nights and NFL Monday nights to catch the winning slogan. Pick up your entry form at participating Thrifty Car Rental locations or write the slogan on a card with your name and address and mail to World Tour Sweepstakes, Post Office Box 912, Ridgely, Maryland, 21683. If you're an ESPN and Thrifty Car Rental World Tour winner, Continental Airlines will fly you and a guest to Honolulu, where you'll enjoy a week of sun, surf, and Pro Bowl festivities. Whenever you travel, use Thrifty's convenient service in over 650 locations worldwide. Experience the driving luxury of Chrysler cars. Thrifty, near the airport, not near the price. So send your entry in today and join the World Tour in Hawaii.
The college football bowl season is set to begin. San Jose State at 10-1, champions of the PCAA, to kick off to Eastern Michigan, 9-2, the champs of the Mid-American Conference. Sergio Olivares kicks off. We're underway from Fresno. Glenard Smith, number 9, from his 10-yard line. And he has a hole, a huge hole. Olivares, the only guy that can bring him down. He breaks that, and now he's shoved out with the help from Jay Taylor. As Taylor's a great, quick defensive back, 47-yard kick return for Glenard Smith, who averages only 20 of all games. So Ron Adams and the Hurons have great field position. Adams starting his 22nd consecutive game as the Huron quarterback, Cole most valuable player, along with their tailback Gary Patton. Big play has the Hurons on the Spartan 42 stand.
It sure does, and that's what they need. Big plays win football games. And we see something new right away. It's just a wishbone, Greg. They're going to try to establish that running game.
They go to the bone, something they have done inside the opponent's 20, but they do it to begin the ball game, trying to throw this Spartan 46 defense off balance. And they pitch to Bob Foster, the tailback. He is dropped there by Greg Cox, along with Yepi Pa'u'u. There's Pa'u'u. They call him the Tongan Hitman, second leading tackler on this Spartan club. Offensive backs for the Hurons, Chuck Nash, Gary Patton, and also Bob Foster out as they go to the wishbone. Ostrander and Ziegler, two good route runners. Offensive line is big. Evan Hicks goes 325, and Brian Clouch next to him are the best two linemen the Hurons have. They play on the right side. They go to the wishbone again. First down brought no yardage. Second and 10. Adams, a fifth-year senior from Taylor, Michigan. And he pitches to Gary Patton. And he's shoved out of bounds by Phil Fresh, a senior left quarterback from Bakersfield. For the San Jose State Spartan defense, they play a three-man line of this 46. Hutcherson, Guthrie, and Puccini. The linebackers, the strength. The two inside guys are exceptional. Barry Kidney and Yepi Pa'u'u. The DBs are led by number 7, Jay Taylor, who saved possibly a kick return touchdown. He's very quick, and Greg Cox is a monster in the secondary, playing rover back, a ferocious hitter. They have a third down at 5 coming up. Patton picked up 5. They stay in the wishbone. Nash with Foster and Patton behind. Quarterback Adams. They jump off sides. Tim Wells does. Flags go down. Foster fumbles the football, and Jay Taylor has it for San Jose State. But they jumped off sides. The question now, were they drawn, or did they jump on his own?
No, I think he jumped on. He went on sound, try to make that big third down play defensively. You'll see it at the bottom of your screen right there. He's on the ground, obviously, when the ball is snapped. He knows he has a free play here, so he makes a ill-advised pitch, a little too close to him, hits him right on the shoulder pad and goes down, but it'll be enough for a first down. It was just a little less than 5 on third down.
That's a backbreaker for San Jose State.
Offside against the defense.
That's exactly what Jim Harkiman wants, though. Make those third down plays because he's got to keep the football.
Eugene Wirtz, our referee, and all of these officials come from the Western Athletic Conference, which, like the PCAA, is a passing conference. Dan, the MAC is a run conference. Would that have any factor favoring San Jose State, do you feel?
Well, you never know what some built-in biases or prejudice. We all have them. You never know how that's going to be. Obviously, they're all from the West Coast. Hopefully, though, sometimes it works both ways. Sometimes they overcalled against the team you would think they'd be for.
Well, Tim Wells' mistake has the Hurons at 1st and 10 from the Spartan 32. Here's Bob Foster. He's inside the 30, and he's dropped at about the 28. Phil Frash again stepped up to make the play. He is their 6th top tackler on a couple of interceptions, bringing down Bob Foster. Go ahead, Stan.
One thing this wishbone does, it gets both Patton and Foster into the game. Two excellent running backs. You know, they've been alternating quite a bit this year, and you don't lose a whole lot with Foster. Almost had 500 yards on his own in a backup role.
He'll be their main man next year, as Patton is a senior. 2nd and 6. down the handoff of the fullback, Chuck Nash, the freshman ball carrier. He was brought down by Yepi Pa'u'u. Nash is starting again this week. He is forced to play since week 5 when Steve Palmatier, their top fullback, went down in week 5 with a knee injury, and Nash is a true freshman and a walk-on. What a great story there.
That is a story. A kid that moved to Georgia his senior year, didn't like it down there, quit, didn't even play football, came back, and all of a sudden now he's starting in the Cal Bowl just a year later.
Well, they break the bone here on 3rd and 3. Go to the I formation, 2 wide receiver alignment. Adams' first pass of the game. It's a dump to Foster. Or pardon me, to Patton. He has the first down, and he's out across the 20-yard line. Patton is a good receiver. Didn't use him as much receiving this year as last year. 15 this year, last year 37.
It goes down as a pass, but really it's not more than a toss. Just a delayed action on the toss. He gets the blocker out in front of Patton. It's more than just a running play with a quarterback throwing the ball overhand.
Ryan Rasnick shoved Patton out of bounds just shy of the 20-yard line. Quarterback keeps it inside the 15. Adams down to the 11-yard line. Ryan Rasnick again makes the tackle. And Stan, so far the Wishbone attack has worked exactly the way Jim Harkema, the Eastern Michigan coach, had this thing diagrammed.
Boy, you took the words right out of my mouth. It's exactly what he wants. Use up as much time as he can, keep the ball on the ground, keep that clock running, and still score some points.
And pick up positive yardage on first down. You don't want to get into a 2nd and 10, a 2nd and 9 against this Spartan defense with the blitzing. They can come to the 2 backers, then you're in trouble. Exactly. Now they have a 2nd and 1. Ideal. They stay to the bone. And they hand off to the fullback, Nash. He crossed the 10, then he was shoved back. We'll see where they spot it. I think he has the first down at the 9-yard line where Yepi Pa'u'u and Greg Cox make the tackle.
But I tell you, Greg, they're at the toughest place on the football field right now to score from, the 9-yard line. You got to get all the way into the end zone. You'd much rather have a chance to get a first down inside the 10. Now they got to go all the way. This first down play is very important on whether they'll get a touchdown out of this or try to have to end up trying a field goal.
Now this was the point on the field where during the regular season Eastern Michigan went to the Wishbone inside the 20, and they were very successful with it. Now they're inside the 10. They face the 1st and goal from the 9. Nash with Patton and Foster behind. That's Bob Foster, and he picks up good yardage on first down inside the 5 before Greg Cox stepped up along with Barry Kidney.
Excellent power football off the Wishbone. This is not an option. This is just a power play. You give it to the off halfback with the other 2 backs leading you through. They just blew back that defensive line of San Jose State. Now, obviously, these guys aren't that big up front.
No.
You're talking about 248, 236, 233. In fact, they call themselves the Ant Patrol because of their size.
That's part of the reason Harkema went to the Wishbone, figuring his team could beat him up. Here's Patton, and he shoves himself down near the goal line. I believe he's just shy of the goal line. That'll bring up a 3rd down. Yepi Pa'u'u. And Mike Hutcherson make the tackle.
Just flipping it over the other side. Again, just power football. Watch him just carry Pa'u'u, the Tongan hitman. It looks like he scored from that angle, but the official said that he bounced into the end zone. They got the ball just about a foot short of the goal line.
Here his helmet got across, but of course the ball does have to go across. Jim Harkema, near unanimous MAC Coach of the Year, faces a 3rd down and 1. We've played 5-10, and his team has had the ball the whole while. One of the Spartans may have jumped. No flag down. Now a flag is thrown. And they did not say he got in. They held him. San Jose State held. But again, flags are down.
And they say there might have even been a fumble. They're celebrating like they recovered a fumble, but I think it was an obvious offsides on San Jose. They're coming out there. Pa'u'u's coming out with the football, but I think they're going to call it back.
You're right. David Knox stuck his helmet in there, but it's going to be disallowed. Offsides again against San Jose State. Now the Spartans, far and away this year, the most penalized team in college football. 133 penalties stand for 999 yards. That is quite a bit. Claude Gilbert's not real upset with that because it is part of the aggression on defense.
They have offside against the defense, half the distance, still 3rd down.
Well, this is one of the 1,000-yard barriers you don't like to cross because they're over 1,000 now in penalty yardage. Plus, it gives them another play to score on. They did get the football on the fumble that time.
He doesn't mind the aggressive penalties, but certainly 2 offsides.
Those aren't, not in this situation.
That's going to kill him. First and goal, actually 3rd and goal from the 1. That's Bob Foster hurdling up. And there's the signal. Touchdown, Eastern Michigan.
It took him 2 thrusts to get in. They had him stopped in the first thrust. You'll watch and you'll see it's the second thrust that gets him in. It's just this basic power play. Right there, he's stopped. Now watch his second thrust. There, it gets him into the end zone. He wanted to score, and he got the ball in, and that gives Eastern Michigan the lead in this game, and that's important for them to get that lead. See right there, he stopped. Now watch his second lunge right there. Okay, gets in the end zone. They're on the board first. They need to establish the ground game first. They did. They need to get a lead. They did. Now it's up to their defense to do something.
Tim Hennigan, who has hit 31 of 34 extra points, is on. Quite a first series for Eastern Michigan. Big kick return. They drive 42 yards and score on a 1-yard dive. 9:39 to play. First quarter. It is the Hurons 7 and the Spartans nothing.
The event, the prestigious Black and White Ball. The place, the cultural heart of Northern California's wine country. And the wine served, why, Gribari, of course. Wines of tradition.
In 1859, Isaac Cook created a Great American Champagne to launch the Great American Clipper ships. Today, people are still launching celebrations with Cook's Imperial American Champagne.
Makita, the cordless power tool system more professionals use to work around the house, or even build one. Makita, it's all the power you need.
Today's California Bowl is being brought to you by the #1 ski boot in the world, Nordica. Reach a new high. And by the American Express card. Membership has its privileges. Don't leave home without it. Greg Papa, Stan White, Bulldog Stadium, Fresno, California, and the Eastern Michigan Hurons, a most successful first 5.5 minutes of play as they go in, cap off a 42-yard, 10-play drive, which chewed up 5:21 and leads 7-0. Now, coming into the ballgame, Stan, San Jose State was a heavy favorite. Some lines I read as much as 17 points. For the Hurons to score that way on their first drive, what a big confidence boost.
Oh, it has to be a great confidence boost. They've watched films of these guys going up and down the field, manhandling teams. You got to say, geez, how good are these guys? For them to get this early score tells them they can do something against this football team. Maybe they didn't think they could until that.
Eastern Michigan has 2 kickers. You saw Hennigan earlier. This guy, John Lauf, is their long kicker. Dropping back deep is James Saxon, but he won't have it. It's a short kick. It'll be taken by one of the up people. This is Donald Stewart, a backup fullback, and he's out to the 31-yard line, where the Spartans down 7-0 come on the field, led by senior quarterback Mike Perez. He has set 15 San Jose State school records, #2 in the country in total offense, #14 in passing efficiency. He could be the top quarterback chosen in the NFL draft this spring, Stan.
Well, he has all the statistics, that's for sure, and he has all the capabilities, the size, the arm. Very well could be.
Play action pass. Perez to throw. He has all day, firing down the middle, caught for a first down. That's Guy Liggins. No, it was, what are they saying now? Was the ball taken away? Tom Menard stepped up there. It appeared to go over the middle for a completion, and they are going to say the ball remains in possession of San Jose State. Let's check this one out again.
Yeah, let's see. The ball did pop out. Did it pop out before he hit the ground? We'll see. Got plenty of good pass protection here. See the linebackers drawn up. Now, they don't get quite deep enough. He gets so much time. He just meant plenty of time to pick out Liggins. The ball's right there. Now, the ball looked like it was starting to come out before he hit the ground, but the referee called it down. We did see the ball hit the ground before his actual body hit the ground. It's hard to tell where his knees were, though.
Offensive line gave him great protection first series. Mike Bernard is the best of the people up front, certainly a pro prospect. They move Liggins in motion. And they hand off to Kenny Jackson. Big hole. Breaks it 45-40. And he's pushed out by Jerry Smith at the 30-yard line of Eastern Michigan. 25-yard pickup. So San Jose State stands showing off their diversity. First play of the game goes 15 to the pass, then a 25-yard run. Offensive line for Eastern Michigan, four-man front. Eric Miller, the top sacker. Linebackers, Keith Bertram is their leading tackler on the ball club. Dan Bennett is a freshman corner. Maybe a point of attack. Also, Charles Gordon back there. He's the best defensive player they have.
But he missed the tackle on that last play that gave an extra 15 yards.
First and 10, Spartans trying to tie the game. They pitch to Kenny Jackson again. Short side of the field, picks up 3. Kenny Jackson, a senior out of San Mateo, California. Last year, ran for over 1,100 yards. This year, only 818, because the guy in your picture right there, number 20, James Saxon, became more a factor in the Spartan attack.
That's what they say. They say Kenny Jackson didn't play any less this year. He just didn't have to carry the load as much with James Saxon. In fact, last year, Jackson became only the 5th NCAA player to rush for over 1,000 yards and catch 50 passes in the same season.
Yeah, and San Jose State has had 2 of them. Gerald Wilhite also did it. Second down, play action, Perez to throw. And he throws behind James Saxon. Coverage there by outside linebacker Anthony Johnson. That'll bring up a 3rd down and 7 for Mike Perez.
Well, that's the favorite play-action pattern right there. Eastern Michigan has been working on defending that pattern all week long. They like to hit Liggins in the slot off the play-action, clear out, and bring him right through the slot and down the sideline. Jim Harcum has been working on it all week long, and the defense recognized it and stopped it that time.
San Jose State now employs 3 wide receivers. Liggins in motion with McLeod and Kenny Roberts out there. 3rd and 7 over the middle, wide open. It's caught by the tight end Clump. He's inside the 10, and he's down to the 9 before Charles Gordon and Tom Menard bring him down. 19-yard pickups then. This thing breaks wide open over the middle.
Well, nobody takes him. They're so going on Liggins trying to stop him. They forget the tight end, and he leads this team in yards per catch with 19.3. You got to cover everybody. Somebody made a mistake here because he's running down the field free. And Perez, as smart as he is, the way he can read, he'll pick that up right away.
He likes his tight end. Clump caught 20 this year. Most in San Jose State 4 years with a tight end. Here's Kenny Jackson down to about the 6-yard line.
You can't become over-enamored with the guy Liggins because the other guys can burn you too. Just a power run right here by Kenny Jackson. Almost busted. Just get him by the leg to stop him at the 6-yard line.
Mike Burns, Keith Bertram on the tackle. These two teams obviously strong defensive outfits, but they're known for their offense. San Jose State, 6th best scoring team in the country, 35.5 of all games. And all offense so far. There's Kenny Jackson again. Touchdown! As that opened up wide through the middle. How often does a guy run in from the 6 up the middle and go in virtually untouched?
That's one thing defensively is a sin. You never let the ball carrier go into the end zone standing up. If he's going to score, make him pay for it. But just a counterplay. You see both linemen pulling around. Good blocks, and again, just opens wide up. The linebackers overreacted on the first step by the backs, and were in great position to be blocked and cut off from the pursuit angles.
Kenny Jackson was hurt in last year's California Bowl, making up for it this year. Off to a great start. 4 carries, 37 yards, and a touchdown. Oliveras for the extra point. It's straight up and good. So San Jose State answers back quickly, going 70 yards in less than 2.5 minutes, and they tie the ball game. 7:19 to play. First quarter, each team has a touchdown.
The Movie Channel.
The only national all-movie network.
The Movie Channel.
A different movie every single night.
The Movie Channel.
Blockbusters, Hollywood classics, foreign films, and offbeat flicks.
The Movie Channel.
Movies round the clock.
The Movie Channel.
Movies anytime you want to watch.
The Movie Channel.
The perfect VCR accessory with VCR theater every night at 3 a.m. 2 Central.
The Movie Channel.
The only place for all movies all the time. The Movie Channel.
The Movie Channel.
The Movie Channel.
Fancy perfumey aftershave. It's got to be a quarterback's locker.
Real guys who get mud on their uniforms use rugged, honest stuff. Ice Blue Aqua Velva.
There's something about today's Aqua Velva, man.
Look for Aqua Velva Christmas gift sets.
The Skill Twist cordless power screwdriver. It's a new twist on an old idea.
Skill, precision, strength, and stamina. To bring you the best, ESPN has assembled an outstanding schedule of NFL games. Every Sunday night, your cable connection to the NFL is ESPN.
Well, San Jose State was at its best on their opening possession. Took them only 2:20 to go 70 yards, and Kenny Jackson scored the touchdown. He now has 17 touchdowns this year, a school record. More touchdowns. Olivares to kick off again. 7-7. So Eastern Michigan does so well on their first possession to stand, but then their defense really was non-existent on that first series and gives it all back.
Well, Jim Harkiman knew they'd get the yardage, but what he didn't want them to do is be able to strike quickly, and they did. 2 minutes and 20 seconds, the worst part of that stat, because that means all the work that Eastern did went down the drain quickly.
Olivares kicks off again. Glenard Smith with a big return to open the ball game. And this time he's hemmed in and dropped before he makes the 20. He's put down at the 16-yard line.
Well, here's much better special teams coverage for San Jose State. I'm sure their special teams coach on the sideline said, don't get us in the hole again. They get down there quick.